Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this will be our last video here at the WDM. It's not gonna be a very long one. I'm in the section for it's the 100 year history of Saskatchewan. So there's a lot of information in here, and I just can't read everything out to you, isn't that? But we'll just do a quick little walkthrough and give you an idea of what's here. And I just suggest come here and walk through and read all the placards and the timelines on the walls and everything for yourself, because wow, so many things even I never knew, from being Canadian and stuff, but for this province it's amazing. So what I'm going to do is just flip you around here again, and we'll come into the timeline, and we'll start here. 1905, when Saskatchewan became a province. And we're just going to take a little walk around, and I'll just give you just show a few things, and you can see just how much information they have here, like every year. And you can see up on the wall how the timeline goes year by year, and just all the little displays and stuff and bits of information from each year that's in here, which is really fascinating, honestly. It really truly is. Some of the old snow skimming airplane. Like a little car on skis powered by a propeller and old plane engine. Like, seriously, that'd be so much fun. An old skidoo there, but there's just so much to see here. So much information, so many cool little just doodads, and like, for example, here, like old school toys that were donated to the museum, and just little bits of information. And they even have like a little mini old school theater that we'll take a peek inside. Don't want to show too much, because you know how YouTube is with other things, but yeah, it shows like a little filmette on the history of Saskatchewan. And there's even displays inside here. So yeah, it really is someplace you gotta see for yourself to really appreciate just how much effort they put into here. Now there is this little side room here, which what I never knew until I got here was Medicare started in Saskatchewan. Like, seriously, like, that was so cool. That came into effect 1962. Like, this is a section the Americans could definitely learn from, even today. But yeah, just some of the old. Then in here is talking about just what it was like for some of the patients, and just so much. And then some information on the war on TB that occurred back in 1877 and 1927. It was just. And then this is an iron lung. So I couldn't imagine suffering from polio and being stuck in one of those and having that thing breathe for you, with your head stuck in that little bubble. But yeah, it's really like, it's one of these places you gotta walk through for yourself to really see and to really appreciate just what has gone into this museum and these exhibits. So, and then here you have the information about the starting of Medicare and everything. I'll give you a little peek here.
Once again, Saskatchewan led the way. After 1 year under Medicare, Saskatchewan had more doctors making more money than ever before. In spite of the compromises, the Saskatchewan Medicare plan became a major success, envied by other Canadians.
I think that medical care is so important that it ought not to have a price tag on it. I think that we have come to the place where medical care, like education, ought to be available to every citizen, irrespective of their financial state.
Seriously, America, get your shit together. You gotta start thinking that way instead of the health for profit that you do down there. It's pathetic.
More money than ever before. In spite of the compromises, the Saskatchewan Medicare plan became a major success.
Yeah, this is definitely a section that you gotta come through and just, like I said, there's just so much information and displays that they've got here. There's just no way to fully describe everything to you. I can give you a brief little peek at things, what they've got here. Old bush plane. Talking about life beyond the grid and the differences between the southern of the province and the northern. This really is a fascinating section to just walk through, take a look at some of the old little displays year by year. You can see how up on the walls there, 1960, 61, how it goes up year by year. And then just the middle section here about life and on the prairies in this province here, and little phones. One of the first ATMs. Like seriously, like this place is freaky cool. And then we come up on my birth year, and you know you're Gen X when you remember one of those. Or of course, one of those. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're too young. It really is fascinating. And here, hard to believe that this was cutting edge technology. And now my phone is way more powerful than like even 100 of those things put together. I remember having one of those. That's hard to believe. We went from those to what we have today. And now we're getting closer to what more. Well, a lot of you probably remember, you know, the Blades, Titanic. How about an old iPod, Blackberry, or flip phone? But yeah, this section was really cool. Definitely worth the walk through and seeing everything. And so with that is the conclusion of our visit to the Western Development Museum here in Moosejaw, Saskatchewan. Again, I strongly encourage everyone, if you're in the area, to check it out. They do have 3 other locations within the province. Eventually I am going to make my way to those as well. And yeah, it's really interesting. But for now, I'm just going to leave this one here. I thank you for joining me, and we'll see you all in the next one. Take care.